MTempleS Mission Report.
Your faithful support to this mission is helping to bless lives. Sister Erneshia from Louisiana, USA, shared her testimony on how she was blessed with the message that MTempleS shared. Sister Erneshia is a licensed professional counselor and a registered play therapist. She works with children who've experienced trauma using cognitive behavioral therapy as well as play therapy. One of the things that impacted her from the message was the focus in the system as a whole and in all the dimensions of the human being.
So what has impressed me this weekend is the focus on the system as a whole, including the mental, the spiritual, the physical, all of those different components, and the social. Sometimes I find that I focus on the aspects, some of them and not all of them, and so I was encouraged to be intentional about how I'm doing in all of those areas in my life, and it was really encouraging.
She also shared how what she learned with MTempleS will impact her professional life.
So as it relates to my professional life, what I learned here, it really helped me to pay attention more closely to all of the pieces, as I was saying, instead of just that mental component. The physical component impacts the mental component, which also continues to affect those other areas. So the way this will affect how I work with people is to pay attention to all the different parts of the system as it relates to health, not just focusing on the mental health, not only focusing on the physical, but the spiritual as well, making sure that I'm paying attention to all of those pieces and incorporating them in the treatment for my clients.
Sister Erneshia also shares how what she learned will impact her personal life.
In my personal life, after attending today's trainings and the 3 different components of the presentations, I was convicted to reduce sugar, really paying attention to those things in my personal life that I struggle with. I've been vegetarian for about 8 years. I went vegan for a while and then back to vegetarianism, but I still struggle with sugar and really focusing on natural ways to heal my body and deal with different ailments that I may have in the future or down the road. So this training has really brought a greater awareness and helped me to realize and reminded me of this is not my own body, this is God's temple. And I do owe him that, not just for me, but for God as well.
She finishes sharing how she will cooperate with the Lord in her daily decisions.
In making sure that I spend lots of time in prayer and talking to him, asking him what will he have me to do, what will he have me to eat, to drink, to say to other people as far as that social component. Who would he have me to be around? So that spiritual component of praying, having an awareness, consulting with him throughout the day on different matters, and just keeping him at the forefront of my mind, because I feel that when I do that, I am given a greater peace, which impacts that mental component and all of those other factors. So it's very important for me to collaborate with him in those ways throughout the day.
Here we continue dedicating our whole life, all our time and resources for this mission of blessing God's people. We never know if we will have enough resources for each week or month, but we continue advancing by faith, following the footsteps of Christ. And we praise the Lord for your faithful support, which has allowed us to keep going forward. Continue being faithful in your support to this mission. With your faithful support and sacrifice for God's cause, you are building up treasures in heaven.
Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.